Yeah, Hala, I'm very happy to have you today in our first episode, Indian Cinema in Saudi Film Festival, and have a very special guest, Mr. Shakir Khan. How are you?
Very good, very good.
عمر 41 मैं महमूद बोल रहा हूँ हैप्पी टू
माता का
To introduce you, but I will let you talk more about yourself.
Okay.
I prefer that I
Yeah.
hear from you
Yes.
about your journey
Yes.
in filmmaking.
Yes.
I know you assist films in Bollywood.
Yes.
Also, you direct your own films.
Yeah,
So
of
tell
course.
me about the stories, your stories in
Yes.
the field of cinema in India.
Okay. Well, firstly, I would like to just say that I wouldn't really qualify as a director. I would rather be called as a struggling director, because that's what I am back home. Because I mean, I'm still the guy who writes scripts, who goes to actors and tries pitches for films, but not too many people are willing to come on. So I mean, it's like a learning process every day. So in spite of the fact that I've been around in the industry for almost 30 years now. When you said I assisted, I started almost in the mid 1990s. Where and I started in advertising, actually, in the advertising industry. I mean, I started as a photographer, and I was doing work back then with a lot of film stars, a lot of magazines, a lot of editorials, advertising commercials. Then from the time when the film took the switch to digital, I transformed from there. So the journey has been like going on, but I don't think I still can be recognized as a director yet, because I'm still a student, I'm still a struggler, I'm still doing my work and learning every day.
What is the something you miss? You are looking for the stories, or you are looking for the money?
It's not.
You are.
No, it's not really me, actually, because the thing is that in India it's not very, though in the previous years probably it was a little more easier, but I think now with the years to come, just to get you to approach an actor to do a film for you is like almost impossible now, because you have to go through like a series of people who keep protecting them, from the managers to the secretaries to the agencies, to even to reach an actor with a script. It's almost impossible unless you're like not representing a big production company. People are not willing to hear your stories. So you end up, just moving around with your scripts, and that's why, we took this plunge. And I'm so glad that the kingdom recognized us and is giving us work. And because which we will talk about later, the film that I'm trying to do here in the kingdom. Once we get there, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. And then I set up base here in Bahrain and doing advertising commercials here, and travel between India and Bahrain. And that's what I'm doing, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the festival? How you found your experience here?
I think it's lovely. Me and my wife have been very actively involved this year with Mr. Mullah, where, because of our personal relationships, we spoke about, because I see, I visited here last year, and I see so many people coming from all over the world, but none from India, I mean, it's like as if India doesn't exist in this part of the world. Although they are there in Dubai and they are in Red Sea, but not here. So we suggested that why don't we get some people from there? And that's how this whole getting these Indian short films and documentaries and the feature films.
So the idea came from the last year. So when
Yes,
you were
we've been meeting Mr. Mullah,
Okay.
and that's how the idea
Yeah.
came, and then we brought it
good.
back to me. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And do you had some connection when you are here, or networking with the people from the industry?
No, they're not. They're in India, not a problem.
No, I mean here in the market, our market here in the festival.
Yeah,
Did
so-
you get some connections with people here?
Honestly, I have not been really making any connection. I'm just making some friends here. I'm just
Okay.
enjoying the entire experience. And but yeah, the people that I brought with me, I
Yeah.
think they had a great experience.
Yes,
They
that's nice.
met all the production companies, all the film fund, the film commission, and the
Yeah.
people from Neom. So it's like the kingdom is offering a lot. And I think, I mean, it'll be a pity if people from India don't come and collaborate and don't join hands and don't come here.
Yeah.
I feel by next year we should be getting more people from there.
Yeah,
And it should,
this
yeah.
is just the beginning.
Yes,
yeah.
this is just the beginning.
Yes.
More film. In fact, I think, our films should even take part in the competitions here now.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah.
So even the people from, the entire Gulf should see what India is about.
Yeah. Let's talk also about what is maybe your preferred film come from Arab world, or maybe Saudi if there is one.
Yeah, so this film that I know about is this Noura film,
Yeah, the Noura, which
Yes.
will be in Cannes Film Festival.
Yes, in Cannes Film Festival.
Okay.
I think it's brilliant, I mean, because...
You already saw the film.
Yes, no, because
Give us some.
Because someone with a friend of mine has worked on the production, and
Okay.
and then I was exposed to that film. I mean, it is a beautiful film showcasing the kingdom, showcasing the real Saudi woman, the way the people are. In fact, just the other day when I was mentioning, like to you before, that the moon that I'm coming here with, which is called Amal, it's almost similar to that story.
Yeah.
It's based in Saudi Arabia. It's about a Saudi woman who's like has like the ability to take on herself, how to run her family, because it's like a conflict-based film. I don't want to talk too much about it,
Okay.
but it's a film about women empowerment
Yeah.
and showing Saudi in a good way. So
And
yeah.
you will do the film here in Saudi
Yes,
Arabia?
yes, absolutely. With
okay,
Saudi
that's
actors, I want to collaborate with Indian actors as well.
Okay.
And let's see, because it's just in the writing stage right
In
now.
development,
Almost, yeah.
so-
I mean, I think by next year maybe we'll be launching it here. You never know, Let's hope for the best.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
nice. This is nice, and let's also from this question goes to the what you suggest or maybe advise the new generation here in Saudi Arabia, because if you see here in the festival we have really a movement. There is
Yes.
the short films with the very talented Saudi
Yes.
filmmaker, but they need also
yes.
some advices from people like you that they have experience in the industry.
Yes. Experience I have a lot. But actually, I'm not really the best person to advise because maybe, I'm not the established big director here who can give advice to people. But yes, I can tell you what I feel really the way it should go. I mean, I see the youth really, really enthusiastic about cinema, about learning about cinema, wanting to make films. So that is there, that fire is there. And what the kingdom is offering is a push where the funds are concerned, where the equipment is concerned, everything, location, everything is getting.
Yeah.
But what I really feel the people here should do is try and focus more on commercial cinema, because by the end of the day, it's the business of filmmaking. So it's like if you just want to showcase your films in a festival, make it with your own money. Don't need big budgets to make good cinema.
Yes.
Put your own money, do smaller films.
Yeah.
So short films should be made with your own money. But when you take a producer on board, you should see to it that you make films that bring in money back to the producer.
Yeah.
So people who put in the funds should make money. And also, I feel the movies should not only be limited to the Arab audience. I think they should think about subjects and stories that can connect them globally. Because what really we need, because if you want to showcase Saudi Arabia to the world, you know, what we really need is cinema, because that's how I think the language, cinema is usually the world language. That's how India,
I agree with
if you see, like, you know, our actors like Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan, you know, these people have made India global, because their films have traveled everywhere, from Europe to the Americas, you know, everywhere. And that's how I think they are probably more famous than most of our politicians, you know. So I think, you know, the cinema language is the world language. So when you make films which are not only Arab centric, which are catering to the rest of the world, people would be more interested in seeing our films here. I think that's the way they should go. And make film and cinema that even the West, or even, you know, the East would love to see. So that's what I feel.
So find your story. It's not just a question of money.
Yes.
After the money coming.
Absolutely.
You can make it with a low budget.
You know, my first short film was made in the budget of 10,000 rupees.
Wow, which is in a dollar.
in riyals, it's about maybe 500 riyals.
Nothing,
I made my first. And here I hear people are getting budgets of 200,000 riyals for making short films. I mean, that's good. You know, that's good, because see, now with all the global film festivals opening up, there is a market. I'm not saying don't do that, but don't only concentrate into the so-called, you know, the art house cinema. You know, try and do more of subjects that can relate with normal audience, because I think just the creative people are going to see your film, that's not going to do justice, because when you make something, you want more and more people to see it, you know. So I think unless you don't make films that even a normal person would like to watch, I don't think your job is done. So you should do like 1 or 2 small films to, you know, feed that creative satisfaction, but then do more bigger films which, you know, which we can bring in money.
What you mentioned about photography and what you did in your about your experience, I think this is also important, because it's not just about cinema and education, university, or you need to try also to do photography, to read books, to see films. And
I never went to any film school. I'm not literate in the sense of I don't have a degree in cinema and filmmaking. I learned it on the job. In fact, you know, when we started in the 1990s, we used to process our own rolls, you know, and we would get like these 36 images, you know, on a 35, and like about 10 images on a 120 scale. And we would be so selective about what we want to shoot. We were so perfect. We didn't have the liberty of a digital camera where we could just keep on shooting, you know. So we learned the hard way. That's what I'm saying. That, you know, when we started off, we didn't have budgets. We used to make, you know, things with our own money, small things at home, whatever we could do. That's how cinema, and in a disorganized environment, you can create the best cinema, the best kind of work, you know. That's how we started. And I think even the kids here should do that. I think they should not only do films unless, you know, the whole thing is like backed by this, that. They should go ahead and make, even with an iPhone, the phones are very good now. Should do that. And I think good, because like I said, you know, unless and until you don't do that, the bigger picture does not come. So you have to first start the small experience on the job, because like I said, almost, you know, being 30 years in the business, I'm still learning. I call myself a struggling director. In India, that's what, you know, I am.
Pasolini started his first film at 40, so it's not a question of age.
Exactly. I don't think, and the filmmaker can never age, you know. You age and you live with your films, and they are forever. You make something and you put it out there, it's forever. So you can never age. So it's just that, you know, I mean, I think produce good stuff and let more and more people watch it, and then you say. The film that I'm trying to do here, it's called Amal. It's about this young Saudi woman, you know, who's like stranded in a house in Saudis of the 1990s. And, you know, some circumstance happens in the house, and she has to take the control of her life and her husband's life as well. So it's about a road trip, you know, this woman driving all the way from Saudi into war-stricken Kuwait. I mean, it's an amazing adventure, and I really would want to see where we go with it. Let's see.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck, and thank you really for your advice. And I think this is the best what we need our new generation to hear and to learn from your
absolutely.
experience. Thank you. See you
My
next
pleasure.
year.
Next year with my film.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
See you, and I will do a Q&A with
Absolutely.
you, inshallah.
Next time I will have my films there with me.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.